Welcome back to Sin City Podcast. Diamond's with me today. My girl Diamond. Hi, baby.
Hi.
Okay, so this is going to be an easy pop off. You and I need to go back to THC, as Tisha calls it, Terre Haute Casino, sit in that circle bar and hang out with her. She is a hoot.
I love her.
I know. Oh,
I
and who
like
doesn't?
her.
If you don't like her, it's your fault.
No, I like her.
It
I like
is
her a lot.
your fault.
I like her a lot. I love
so
her.
you got to meet Abby. You got to talk about like a bunch of stuff like that you have in common. Great estheticians.
At first when you had introduced me to her, I was like, oh, okay, but I didn't hear the Scott part.
Mm-hmm.
So when you said this is Abby Scott, I was like,
This
this is like a local celebrity.
This is Abby motherfucking Scott,
oh
bro.
my gosh, I've heard so many like wonderful things about
There's
her.
nothing bad to say. She's genuine, like, because her mom is one of my, I would like to say one of my best friends,
Oh,
right?
awesome. Yeah.
And her, they are just the most genuine family, like real. That happiness, that kindness is not fake. It's not.
Oh, yeah, I feel
because what they say to your face, they say behind your back, and it's all nice.
Yeah.
They're great people. I'm very happy and lucky to have them in my life. Yeah. For real.
Yeah.
How's work going? What's going on?
Oh, you know.
Because you're the best Brazilian waxer in town.
Okay, y'all not gonna keep up on my head up, yo.
I mean, you can do a Brazilian in like 3 seconds.
Girl, bye. I wish. Oh my God, I wish. Like, I'm good, but damn.
Like people come to you, pew, 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 done.
Man, I wish. I've literally just been working, and well, I took a leave of absence from Harold's. Nothing bad against y'all, okay? Nothing bad. It's personal because I'm finally getting my mother to move here with me.
She's coming? Finally,
girl.
How'd you do that?
Well, she's picked up this little hobby. Mom, I'm sorry, but it's the truth. She likes to drag race.
Really?
Mom's always been a car person.
That is insane. That is your mother and your grandmother are the most colorful people I've ever heard of in my life. I am dying to meet them.
Girl,
I don't think I've ever chimed in yet on that.
No,
episode.
feel free. I'm glad you're.
Yeah.
You said drag race.
That's what I'm saying.
You heard me.
Wow.
I don't know if Mama is going through a midlife crisis. I don't know if. Again, Mother, I'm so sorry. We just had this conversation last night.
You're just keeping it real. It's real talk over here. Like, we have to keep it all real.
But I'm like, Ma, like, and I know she's doing it because I was in the car with her. She forgot I was with her.
What do you mean? She's run stoplights and stuff like
no,
that?
she don't do that. She don't do that. She don't do that. But she was like, he underestimated me. Watch this. And I was like,
are you serious? I have got to see this.
Ma! She was like, girl, if I had a stick. I said, Mama, you're not Vin Diesel. You're
maybe
not Paul
she
Walker.
is.
You're not Nan, none of them. We not doing Fast and the Furious. No,
I don't know. I think that's her
new
new name.
Car?
Yeah,
like a drag car yet?
It's not. But it's a sporty type car. So she has a 2009 Pontiac. So, and it's a sporty edition. So it sits low to the ground. It has the spoiler.
I am
It's bright. It's bright red like your lipstick. And she'll be like, watch this.
Oh,
and next thing you know, I was like, "Oh, girl, she cut that quarter so damn short."
That is the last thing I expected you to say today. Did not.
I said, "Mom, it's time. I don't know what's going on, but you got to come to Terre Haute because you gonna put me in the ground early. Worried about you out here.
She's gonna come here, drag race. That is.
She
cool.
better not.
I hope she does let her do it. That's cool.
We actually have a drag strip in town.
Oh, exactly.
I'm not telling her that.
I hope she watches.
For a company to back her, I would love to sponsor it. Dreamer's got to get a car out there.
See, that's alignment right there, dude. That is alignment.
Well, it's funny because I was actually just talking to Mom, and so eventually I'm gonna have to buy a new car, and I'm dreading it. So I'm like, you know what?
It sucks.
I guess maybe I might be hitting a little early midlife crisis myself because I want a stick. I want a stick.
They're fun.
So bad. I feel like it's becoming a lost art.
Do you know how to drive a stick?
No, I don't. But
my
mom says she'll teach me too.
Sweet, yeah.
So between you and her, I'm really, really thinking about. I want a Mustang and I want a stick, and I think I'm gonna get it next year.
Yeah,
I'm gonna move this year.
Manifest it.
Yes.
Plus, I mean, you work hard. You work hard. You play. You get what you.
I work hard, girl. And I've worked. Not to change the subject, but
no, not at all.
Kelly, I actually was just thinking about this, and I was thinking about like the last. Okay, so like I was telling you, sir, I've been an esthetician
Mhm.
in the beauty industry since 2010,
Mhm.
right? And I was just thinking about like all the bull crap that I've gone through in my life, in my career, as far as like finding what I want to do, who do I want to be, who does Diamond want to be,
I
and
went through that.
you
Yeah,
you
I do. I
know
get it.
stuff like almost like a spiritual reawakening,
Awake. Uh-huh.
and whatnot. And finally, when I got to the point where I'm at now, like in my career, in my life, in my mental and spiritual and stuff like that, it's like, okay, Diamond, you really do only have one life to live. You only have one life to live. Okay, like one.
It's not. You're not supposed to work and then die. You've got to have
Well,
fun.
let society have its way.
American dream. That's not the way it's supposed to be. That's not the American dream.
No,
No.
no. And this is my thing. Like, and I was just telling, I like that ceiling. Sorry, I like the sparklies.
The sparkles.
The sparkles are so pretty. I was just telling Mom. I said, Mom, you know what? I'm not trying to be like the next Jeff Bezos. I'm not trying to be, the Oprah Winfrey as far as like the money aspect and stuff like that. I just want to be maybe a little hood rich and a little hood happy.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Like, that's really, really all I want.
You just want to be comfortable. You just want to not have to worry about money on the daily.
Literally, because been there and done that. Like, I really do believe that's why I became a diabetic, was because my cortisol levels were so high. Like, I knew I was going to be diagnosed with diabetes somewhere at some time in my life.
It runs in your family.
Because it runs heavily on my other and my father's side. My daddy was a diabetic. That's what killed him. The COVID was.
I was gonna say, I thought it was COVID.
The COVID was the catalyst.
Got it.
But the underlying comorbidity was definitely
the diabetes.
Hands down.
Okay.
Hands down. So that with my father's death, my grandfather's death, because they died within 8 hours of each other.
That I know. I hate. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, they literally made history over that.
That's insane.
And then my nana, my dad's mom, then she died 6 months later. So it was just when you have so many deaths like that,
it opens your eyes.
Oh my gosh. It was just like,
life is short. Let's do something.
Yeah. Literally.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's just go sit outside on a blanket and feel the earth under your hands.
Put your
and your
feet on the ground,
and
on the
get,
grass,
and get
grounded.
regrounded with the earth. Like just simple stuff. Because let's be honest, social media nowadays will have you thinking you're supposed to be this grandiloso guru,
yes,
whatever. And
now,
it's just like,
but
no.
On that note, though, like let's be honest. Like even I do this on Facebook. My life is perfect.
Yeah.
Like I'm very open about my depression.
Mm-hmm.
Like because
which I'm proud of you for that, because most people won't do that.
You. It's
not the depression, but the fact that you're, you know what I'm saying. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah. It's all important. For me, it's very important for people to know that they're not alone. Because it's so hard when you're going through that. You don't want to feel alone, but you want to be alone. You know what I'm saying? So no, I understand what you mean.
When my father died, I know you're probably like, why is this bitch laughing? But when my daddy died, it was I wanted to be alone.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody who knows everybody or knows me, I do not handle death well. Mm-hmm. I was the main motherfucker somewhere falling out.
Yeah.
Okay, just falling out. But when my father first it was my best friend Dino. When her mom passed away, it was like, okay, I can't show my ass.
You gotta be strong for her.
I gotta be strong for her. And it kind of freaked her out a little bit. And I was like, why? She was like, girl, I was proud of you. And I was like, what you proud of me for, girl? And she was like, Diamond, you didn't like fall out. Like, you touched Mom because her mom was dead in the hospital. And I touched her. She was still warm. Mm-hmm. And it's so funny because she was laying there and she looked like she was just asleep. And the one part of my brain was like, Miss Adasa, wake up. Like, we need you. Wake up. But the other part was like, she's gone. Like, that's just the shell that housed her spirit.
That's right.
She's gone.
I believe that, yeah.
So it was just like,
we're souls with bodies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because this is a shell. Let's just be honest.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Oh, yeah.
Are you afraid of death?
Yes and no.
You want to elaborate?
Okay. I'm afraid of, I don't want to die in pain.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
And that's literally what it is. I just, Lord, take me in my sleep if it's possible. That is my request.
I mean, that is the goal.
That
right?
is my request. I want to die like my great grandmother did. She died like okay.
That's
She
what-
was she was peaceful. She literally died in her sleep.
yeah.
You know. As far as like being on the other side, do you know I have so many plans when I die? The plan is to be like, Lord, let me just be able to help the people and do what I want to do that I wasn't able to do in this life in the next. And what I mean by that is if I'm not trying to like possess people and stuff like that. No, I ain't trying to be like that. No, I'm not trying to do that. But let me
No.
travel the universe. Let me, help other beings and let me help them prosper. Let me just help them. Let me be that type of angel or that type of extraterrestrial being that
Mhm.
I just want to help people. I want to carry on that legacy from this life literally to the next. Like I would hope and I pray to God, to the universe, to Most High Asaru that he'll give me that.
Yeah.
I pray that I have earned that.
In my opinion, I think you're like a very good person. We're all flawed for
Yes.
sure.
Yeah.
But I think
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of dying at
Mm.
all.
Oh,
I'm
I envy that.
I don't want to die anytime soon.
Wh-
I want to live to be
yes.
like 170, but like
Yes.
I'm not afraid of death because for the person that's passing, in my opinion,
Mhm.
it's so beautiful for them what's happening because
Yes, I
where
agree.
they're going, most I okay. When I'm not afraid because I feel like it's going to be very beautiful for me.
I agree.
But the thing that breaks my heart is the people that I leave behind.
Now
That's what's going to be hard. The
that is
people that
hard.
but
Yeah.
it's just like. But I also feel like I'll still be around. Like I don't want a tombstone.
I don't either.
I want to be cremated. I don't even want anybody to keep my ashes.
Mhm.
I want people to just take my ashes and put them in the desert somewhere because you don't need to go to the grave to visit me because I'm with you.
Exactly.
And I always will be with you.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's how I feel about it personally.
I told my mom, and my mom and I, we have this talk all the time, and more people do need to have this conversation of what are you going to do with me when
Mhm.
I pass on and whatnot. And I was telling mom, I said, Mom, God forbid if I die before you, because the natural order is we are supposed to outlive our parents.
Losing your child, I can't. That's the worst thing.
I-
I wouldn't survive it, to be honest. I know that's dark, but I wouldn't. I would not.
It's
survive
morbid,
it.
but we have to face that reality. We have to face that reality.
Yeah.
So I told Mama, I said, Mom, God forbid if I die before you. She's like, die. I said, no, listen to me because I may get called home. God may need a soldier on the other side. And if He
They're
called
like,
me,
Yahweh,
if
I'm ready.
you
if
know what I'm
are,
saying?
But can you
I don't-
wait till I'm 170,
I,
please?
I know, right? So I told Mom, I said, I don't want a funeral. Don't waste money on
Yeah,
on
I don't
any
want
of
that either.
I said, it cremate me. I said, take the money.
I understand that people need
Yeah.
to come together to mourn
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So do that. I don't want to say party, but have a
Yeah.
gathering,
Girl, we party for a whole week
reminisce,
with-
talk, whatever,
Yeah.
cry, do what
Yeah.
you need to do, tell stories, laugh.
Yes.
I understand that, but don't be
Yes.
spending like thousands and thousands of dollars
that
to put me in the ground and all of that. No, just burn me up and put me
send
back
me
to
off.
Earth. Put me back into the earth. Put me
Yes.
back into Mother Earth.
Yes. Let me help grow some flowers or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did want to be a tree. I actually wanted to be put in like a pod thing and like be
Aw.
a tree, but
Yeah.
that costs like thousands of dollars. I didn't want my family spending tons of money on my demise. I
That
just
really
wanted.
costs that kind of money.
Oh
Really?
yeah, dude, it's crazy. I looked
Word?
into it because I was like, yeah, put me a tree because then my grandbabies and everybody else can just sit under a tree and
Yeah.
because I'm a tree hugger.
Yeah. Yes.
And
yes.
so it's like, come hug grandma,
Mhm.
great grandma,
Yeah.
and tell stories of that. I
Yeah.
thought that would be beautiful.
That's
But
yes.
I don't want people spending thousands of dollars on me. So just put me in that cardboard box, burn me up, and then spread my ashes in the desert.
That is so you.
You know what I'm saying?
That is you. Yes. Yes.
I am
yes.
feeling your hair like that.
Thank you.
I love it. I love it. You've been wearing your hair like that for a minute. I love it.
It's easy to sleep on.
Yeah.
And I can still keep my hair short.
I am having a hard
Yeah.
time sleeping on my braids. It is hard to get used to.
It
But also, other than that, it's so low maintenance, especially
It
in the
is.
summertime, because
It
I can
is.
get up and I can go swim,
yes.
and I don't have to worry about doing anything
Yes.
to it.
I love them. I think they're beautiful.
Thank you. I love them too.
And
Betsy did a great job on them.
she did a beautiful job.
She's meticulous.
Yes.
She's good.
And they're neat.
Yeah.
I like
Thank
how
you.
I like how neat they are.
Yeah.
And I know we were just talking about this downstairs,
Mhm.
but please don't let anyone tell you that you're trying to, like you said, I never heard that saying. You are not. I don't think you are. It's just my personal opinion. Everyone borrows a little bit from everybody's culture.
Mhm.
And I know a lot of, and I may get some shit for it, but this is just my personal opinion. I like how you said I'm not.
It's not
culture.
appropriation.
Thank
it's
you.
appreciation.
I think it's beautiful because I'm gonna tell you something. That Chinese bang, okay, that was my ish for years. The bun and the bang.
I
Well,
did
that's
love
kind of
that.
a Chinese Asian
Mhm.
style.
Yeah.
The definitely the chopsticks.
Yes.
Girl, every little black girl had them damn
But
chopsticks
it's
in her
inspiration.
head.
It's like you see that, you're like, that's so
It's
pretty. I
so
want to
pretty.
do
I
that
want to
too.
do it too.
Yeah, there's nothing
so,
wrong with that. And if anybody has a problem with it, this is how I feel.
Yeah.
This is how I feel. And
Yeah.
it's really very simple.
Yeah.
I care about what my circle thinks about me. Anybody
That's
outside
all
my
that
circle, I don't give a
matters.
fuck what you have to say. And if you want to come
Yes.
for me and say something,
Yeah.
lowball,
Yeah.
I'm not going to lowball with you. I'm not
Yeah.
going to get to the ground with you. I'm
Yes.
going to walk away. I'm like, well,
Yes.
that's how you feel. And especially if I'm with my child. Plus, I'm too old to be
Yes.
scrappy. I grew up scrappy.
Yeah.
It's time for me to walk away.
Yeah.
Just walk away because
Yeah.
I have nothing to say about it.
Yeah.
And I don't need to defend it.
Yeah. No, you don't. And I'll take it even a step further.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even owe your inner circle any explanation. The only person on this planet you really have to spiritually answer to, and that's the man above. That's the God above. Whoever God you worship,
He loves me
in.
for me.
That's
universe,
like
Yahweh,
I said. This is
loves me for me.
This is a shell.
Mm-hmm.
That's all this is, and I wish more people would understand that.
Well, people have a God complex. There are still people. There are still people. So Reggie and I have these two. This tiny little couple here in town. I'm not going to mention names, obviously, but they are. We fell out with them.
Oh,
God bless. 5 years ago or something.
During the damn COVID.
No, it was. Oh, gosh, it must have been before that.
Oh, okay.
I was best friends with the girl, and he was in a band with the guy.
Okay.
I had one rule. This is like a thing. Like when you date a band guy, you stay out of the drama.
Yeah, you should stay out of
their
it.
drama,
Yeah.
you stay out of it.
Yeah.
Well, she kept getting in it, and then she started talking about Reggie. I'm like, dude. So finally, I had to clap back at her, and a great friendship was over from that. Really? It's just like but still to this day.
Wow.
Till to this day, they're still posting stuff on Facebook about me and Reggie. We're like, dude, we're over here really legitimately minding our business.
No, like legitimately. Yes, you guys are living your best boy girl life.
Yeah, and then
literally.
People will screenshot it and send it to us. We're like, we don't want to know. Like, leave us in our ignorant bliss. I like being ignorant about stuff like that. Like, I don't want to know because I'm hot-headed and I'm sensitive.
And the fact that you have that self-awareness, which a lot of people don't,
because I can't keep my mouth shut.
Girl.
Girl.
You know how many jobs I've lost?
Okay.
Been suspended.
I mean,
for you know what? They were thinking it. I just had the balls to say it.
You know what? To circle back, this is funny. I've not touched base on anything like this on the show before, but so we're talking basically sort of about racism and appropriation earlier.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you a story about what happened to me at the salon one time. And
which salon? I gotta ask.
It was Capelli.
Okay.
And everybody and Amy, she backed me up. Like I told her everything that happened. Yeah, she's got my back.
Yeah. Definitely. Hands down.
We need
hands down.
We need to take her to THC too. We need a girls' night with Amy.
Yes.
And she's fucking hilarious.
Yes.
But there was this girl. She sat in my chair, and I had half of her hair dyed, and she dropped the N-word. And I was like, surely I didn't hear that
I think
correctly.
You told me about
this. I was like, surely. So I'm sitting there, I'm painting her hair, and I'm listening. And she said it again. I put the bowl down, I put the brush down, and I was like, we're done here. I was like, I don't know what about me made you think that it was okay to speak freely like that in front of me. I go, but we are done here. I was like, that kind of hate, it does not live in this house, the salon. I was like, you gotta fucking go. I said,
girl, did you cuss her out?
I did. I did.
Kelly.
I was like, get out. And she's like, I'm going to post all over Facebook about you. I'm like, please do. Because anybody that's going to defend you, I don't want in my chair anyway.
Kelly, you cussed that girl out.
You know I did. Come on now. You can't say something like that and expect me not to cuss her out.
Yeah.
I mean, that was some cold. What year is this?
So this is
I want to jump in here.
Please do.
Okay.
Tell me what you feel about. I feel like racism is taught. I think that a lot of people are saying they're born into it, and I don't think that's true. I think it's taught, and I think for me, like my son's 7, and it's time for a haircut, and so we're going and we're like, all right, what kind? We pulled up 7-year-old boy haircuts,
Okay.
and he's pointing all the black kids out.
Okay.
He's like, I want dreads, I want this, I want that. Okay. Because to him, he doesn't understand.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, your hair's a little different.
Mhm.
You might not be able to do that.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
noticing that, like,
Mhm.
it's taught. It's something you have to go through.
Yeah.
Explain that. I'm curious of what you feel.
I agree. I think you're taught.
Okay, wait. I want to make sure I'm reflective listening here. So as far as like taught what specific, like racism is taught or
Absolutely. Like,
born
said, that
into
woman,
it.
like, you're not born like that. Like, you're not born with
Okay,
that hatred,
okay.
because that's what she
That's-
was
okay,
talking about, that
right.
hatred.
Okay.
Right.
I don't think you're born with that hatred. I think it has to be something you're taught.
I think your parents teach it to you. Like that, you're a product of your environment. Honestly.
Okay.
Is that what you're
Yeah,
trying to say?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. I just want to make sure I understood. So
Now, as you get older, you can grow up and change your mind.
you can,
But as you know,
can,
but kids sometimes
You
are
can.
just a product of their environment and saying things that they hear. But that woman was grown; she knew better. That was just a hateful
but
thing
maybe
to say.
she didn't know any better.
Small-minded.
But
That
maybe
was my
she
question.
didn't know
What
any
age-
better.
What age makes you know better? Like, how old?
They
you have to
say
to
you
know
be.
that?
So I actually was watching so I watch a lot of podcasts on psychology, behavior, and stuff like that. I've just been interested in it. I think part of my spiritual growth. A child becomes aware of their behavior at roughly about between 4 and 6 years old, right? So hatred, from what I have been taught in my research, it is definitely a learned, taught behavior. It definitely is. Okay. I'm going to be very, very transparent. And again, some people are just simply just may or may not agree with this. But specifically in the way I grew up, Black woman in America, okay, we were taught, okay, this is how you act around these kind of people, and this is how you act around these kind of people. Okay. You're going to have to act accordingly if you want to get in certain aspect in your life and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You can be your true authentic self over here, but over here, and I can't think of that man's name. He's a famous Black actor. Watch, it's gonna come to me later on.
I know
when
I
we're
suck at
done.
names.
You're not talking
You
about
know.
Denzel Washington, are you?
No, not
'Cause
him.
He has so much.
No.
He's like an owl. He's so wise.
Yes.
Wise when he
Yes.
talks about that stuff all the time.
Yes,
Yeah.
but it was another Black gentleman. Oh, I can't think of his name, but he talks about how Black folk in America, mainly us who are descendants of slavery, we have to wear what's called a mask, right? And this behavior is taught to us. Like, okay, you're gonna have to act this way, because if not, you're gonna get judged because of, you're Black, you're this, you're that, blah blah blah. So to answer your question, again, it's my personal opinion. Do I believe that racism is definitely taught? Of course it is. Of course, yes.
And that's the
It
thing about
is.
Diamond too, Devin, is that like we've been friends for a hot minute, and like
Yeah.
with
Wow,
my
now.
privileged white ass, like when I want to learn something, I'm not afraid to come to you with the questions.
No.
Because how am I supposed to be an ally if I don't know?
Exactly.
Like, and that's
Exactly.
it's like my friend Ruby. She's I ask her questions about like transgender and stuff like that.
Yeah, of course.
Because I've got no hate written across my knuckles. Like, if I'm going to be an ally, if I'm going to march with you, walk with you,
Mhm.
there's new terms out there. What does that mean?
Yes.
There's a term I want to ask her about too. It's called anthrosexual. I'm like,
Oh, that's
what the
interesting.
hell is that?
Yeah.
Like, I need to know so
Yeah.
I can educate other people and so
Yeah.
on and so
Yes.
forth. You know.
Yes.
But yeah, you've always been really gracious about just like
Oh, of
letting me
course.
ask the questions.
Well, because you said it the best. Like, how as a people and a culture are we supposed to get out of the Jim Crow mindset?
Ugh.
Like, no, let's be honest. Like, because even now that mindset is still carrying over. This is the year of our Lord of 2025.
I know.
And we still have to worry about prejudice. We still have to worry about bigotry. We still have to worry
I feel
about
like it's on fire right now too.
It
the hatred as a whole with anything.
with anything. It doesn't matter.
Women,
Men,
race, just
children.
whatever.
It doesn't matter.
It's scary.
It's the climate right now is a little. My mom and I, again, we were just talking about this last night.
Mhm.
It's frightening. But like Mama told me, I was like, Mom, it's a little scary now. And she said, baby, you can't worry about them people. You. She said, you stay in your own bubble, in your own circle, but still just be aware of your surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
That's what my mom and my mother has always taught us, that just in general living.
Yeah.
Just stay to yourself, but be aware of what's going on around you.
I've been doing that a lot with Grayson too. Like
Yes.
if we go to the store, like I
Yes.
come around and I open the door for her.
Yes.
I try to park away from vehicles. I always check. I always tell her like
Yes.
if you're not with me, you check that handle.
Yes.
Make sure there's nothing on that handle.
Yes.
You look for zip ties.
The
You
zip
look
tie-
you look at all the
Yes.
tires. You look at
Yes.
cloth. You look at everything.
Yes.
Like I'm and
Yes.
people, and some people are just like, oh, you're just trying to scare her. I'm not trying to scare her.
No,
I
you're
am
trying to make-
protecting her. Like I get so pissed off whenever people are like, "Oh, you're just trying to scare her." I'm
No,
like,
it's so funny
"Get outta here."
because when I was a little bit older than your daughter, teenager stuff, me and my cousin, a cousin my mom helped raise, we used to make fun of her, like, oh, there go mama, her old paranoid ass, and blah 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 blah.
And then you grow up and you're like, "Wow."
Oh no, let me tell you a little story
Okay.
real quick.
Yeah.
This is when I was working at a salon here in town when I first moved here, and they sent me on an errand. I said, okay, cool, go get me some lunch. I'll be right back. As soon as I pulled out of the driveway on South 7th Street,
Yeah.
I just noticed a gray truck with two white gentlemen sitting in this truck, right? Okay, whatever. Again, just being aware of my surroundings. Every time I turn, they made a turn. It's like, when I move, you move. Okay, I'm like, what?
Oh no.
And so wherever I turn, and I was just making dumb turns at this point. Like,
yeah, just
okay,
testing him.
They were following me. I wish I could let you two in my brain so you can see what I'm seeing right now.
Yeah.
Right. And so finally I said, okay, I was like, well, okay, I gotta go to Cosmo. I gotta get back to work. And keep in mind, my old dumbass did not bring my phone.
Oh no.
Did not have any mates because I was like, whatever, I ain't gonna need it.
The one time.
The one time I decided to leave that crap at the job, I should have had it with me.
Mm-hmm.
I stayed in the car, and my spirit, my heart said, don't you get your black ass out this car. You stay right here. You stay up in here.
Right.
I said, okay, I'm gonna stay in the car. I parked in front of Cosmoprof. You know where Cosmoprof
Right.
right here in town.
Yeah.
I stayed in the car. They came up behind me. Then they came okay, so here's my car. I'm parked. They came behind me. Then they went around. They stopped, looked down at me, gave me a look of pure disgust, and kept on going. And I looked them dead in their face.
Good for you.
I was shaking in my boots. I was trembling.
I know.
I was trembling. Then it happened again.
Same people?
Different people.
Oh man.
It happened again. Trafficking in Terre Haute is bad.
Yeah, I know.
Come to find out, it's bad.
You were the one that told me about that, right? That Terre Haute is probably one of the worst.
Yes.
Which makes me on
Yes.
extra guard. Grayson,
Yes.
like her and
Yes.
her friend do not go play in that front yard anymore. Like
Mm-mm.
they don't do that. And even when they did, I'm
Mm-mm.
like, you know
Oh,
what I
yeah.
mean? I'm not, because
Girl.
our generation was the last generation where we could ride our bikes until the streetlights
Yes.
came on.
Yes.
Those days are over. Now
They're gone.
now we're raising our kids in a completely different way with electronics and
Yep.
this and that. And
Yep.
that's why I try to get the pool, and we just
Yes.
we play games together. We're just trying to
Yes.
make it fun.
More
but
humor interaction,
Yes.
but we have to be careful.
But I had Terre Haute, dude.
It's hard out here.
I
in
could have gone
street.
you know what I mean? Ignorance is not bliss on that one, because
No,
you got to be
no,
on
no.
you got to be on
Well,
10 on that.
it finally, after that last time, I got followed all the way home. You know, I live down
Yeah,
south.
south,
I
yeah.
live on the south end of town. And I'm like, I live on the edge of Terre Haute,
Mhm.
south, right? And I was like, you know what? I'm done. And for years, I was always against guns.
Oh yeah,
For-
I
for
carry
years.
everywhere. Yeah.
Girl, I ran up the top gun so damn quick. I said, I need, come on, Amy.
Mhm.
Amy was with me when I bought my firearm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know there is a lot of it's a very controversial topic.
And that's fair. People
And,
are allowed to
and
have
people
their
are
opinions.
allowed to have it,
But I'm carrying my gun with me
I'ma
everywhere I
tell
go.
you something, as a single Black woman in Terre Haute in
You
this
do
country,
you.
for years, Black people weren't even allowed to carry firearms. We're really just not even allowed to exercise that Second Amendment. I'm gonna exercise that motherfucker until God called me home. Do you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
I am.
Yes, ma'am.
It's
You've
either
gotta
gonna be them
protect yourself.
or me, and it ain't gonna be me.
Nope.
Now I know a lot of folks are gonna disagree with that, and
That's
that's
okay.
And that's okay.
If we all agreed on everything, like how fun, I mean,
it would be fun.
I-
Life wouldn't even be fun.
and honestly, I really don't care what people think about that. It's like I'm going to protect myself no matter what. I've got my mace, I've got my gun and everything. But like before we wrap this up, which was the quickest 30 minutes of my whole entire life.
Oh wow!
And let's get together. Let's call Amy. Let's look at our calendars before you leave, and let's hit up THC and go see Tisha.
Okay.
And then I would like to have you back on to talk more because you and I, dude, the people that I hang out with over on here, like I love you guys.
I love you too.
You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for spending your time and moving like your schedule for me and all of that because your schedule's busy. Your time is valuable. Thank you so much for coming to kick it
thank you
with
for
me.
having me.
Oh, dude, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Oh my
dude.
gosh, I'm so proud of you.
Thanks. This has been so fun, man.
I love it. Love it.
All right. Peace, love, and tree hugs from Sin City Podcast. Later, y'all.
Bye.